Part of the reason like Krista goes over the edge in that is not just because the vampire life is seductive, but because Blade makes the anti-vampire life look so shit.
So terrible.
Like, he's like, oh yeah, be a double agent on our side, you fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And she's like,
I'll
wait.
punch you in the face.
And then Marcus is like, let's go kill people. Also,
You want to have sex?
yeah. And then there's no competition because
Yeah.
Blade is just like treating her terribly the
Yeah.
whole time.
This is the only version of Blade which I'm convinced does not reciprocate oral.
I feel like Wesley Snipes' Blade might be a bit of a DJ Khaled, if you catch my drift.
Yeah. I think
Also,
he's...
wait, we're talking about a Blade that doesn't fuck. Let's get into this for a second.
Okay.
Blade does not fuck in Blade 1. Blade does not fuck in Blade 2, really.
But
Someone's
like...
trying to, and it's not working.
I feel like...
And in Blade 3, and in fucking Blade 3, the concept of Blade fucking destroyed the movie.
But at least it's on the
Wesley
table.
Snipes behind the scenes being like, how about I fucking this one became this catastrophe on set.
Like, almost brought down the movie. But at least it's on the table. In like...
Well, we don't.
In Blade, this series, it's like, it's off the table.
We don't know
it's in
what
a cardboard
happened.
box.
No one
They threw it into an attic and the attic burned down.
Well, the reason we know about Blade Trinity is because someone interviewed Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Please go listen to that episode, by the way,
It's
if
fucking
you guys
incredible.
haven't, because we go into the crazy stuff behind the scenes. But let's go to like someone asked Patton Oswalt, who's gonna fucking ask Sticky Fingers about this shit? who's gonna ask fucking well, you know what they actually
Jill Wagner's like...
Joe Wagner's what Joe
Jill Wagner.
Jill Wagner and
Fucking Neil Anderson, who plays the vampire dude.
I can't tell if you're making up names or
Neil Anderson is genuinely the actor's name.
yeah. I mean,
It's something
fucking
that-
asked Richard Roundtree like the 5 minutes you spent on set,
Yeah.
what happened? And he's like, "What? I was in Blade."
I wasn't Blade. That's that what that was?
Yeah, I thought I
yeah.
was shooting an Axe commercial.
Wait, that's not Samuel L. Jackson I just met up with? But yeah, like, we could go down like the rabbit hole of like the fuckability. Do you want to rank the fuckability of Blades?
Okay, sure. Wait, can we just make Wesley Snipes 1 this time?
Okay. But yeah, like, I think, in terms of fuckability, I mean, like,
Not for us to fuck him,
Yeah.
but for other characters in
Just-
the universe.
yeah, of like, can you imagine this character fucking at all in this universe? And I feel like,
Well, that's the same question. That's the same question. Does Blade fuck, or is he able to fuck?
okay, yeah, so does Blade fuck? And like, ranking from top to bottom, I think that
Wait, no. What is this new category? I want to figure this
Okay.
out.
it's like,
Because
it's a mixture of like
do
sex
you
appeal and also
think-
sexual desire. I think like Sticky Fingers, like,
we've already ranked the sexual desire.
yeah, okay,
The ranking the sex appeal of the various blades.
yeah,
For people in this universe, would they go for that?
yeah.
Okay, I'll go first this time, right? Number 1, Blade the series. No. Fuck that, sorry.
Blade from Spider-Man.
This is so confusing with all the titles. Number 1 is Blade the anime.
yeah, I can see that.
Because he's sort of dark and mysterious and all this shit, and he doesn't. He is that whole like Buddhist like right speech thing. Like he says what he has to. After that, I think this is really hard. Actually, I think maybe. I think I'm gonna have a very different list to you. I'm gonna put Sticky at number 2.
Oh my god, what?
Obviously his rampant misogyny and just the fact that he's an asshole to everyone, but like Sticky is not a bad looking guy, and I feel like out of all those blades he's probably like one of the better looking ones, and I feel like he could pull off the asshole guy who gets the girl and then later she finds out he's a dick and then leaves, but it's the sex appeal thing. I think he's got it going on.
Okay.
He's Paul Rudd in Wet Hot American Summer, you know.
Okay, I'll buy it.
And then after that, I'd put Spider-Man the animated series Blade. Not very fuckable, but a little bit fuckable because he's still got the sort of the bad guy on a motorcycle sort of thing going on. But he's just a bit too weird, so it's not that much sex appeal. And then Wesley Snipes at the bottom. Because I mean that guy's really like just off-putting to people because he's just these sparks of craziness, and whenever he's around other people, you know, but he's not really cool, you know, and I think that's part of why he is kind of cool in a weird way. But like, if you were to exist in that universe, Wesley Snipes' Blade would not be a guy you think is really cool. We think he's cool as a movie character, but being in that world,
he seems crazy.
Yeah, he'd be like this fucking insane guy, you know. And it would be like, you don't want to hang around him because he's a little bit scary. And you wouldn't want to. People would not be like down for that. No. I just don't think he's getting any.
Okay.
What about you?
Okay, so I kind of agree that like Blade from Blade the anime is probably like the most fuckable of the Blades, because he's like, he not only is he like calm and collected and sensitive, but he's also like, he won't be afraid to kick some ass when he needs to.
He's the guy. He's the guy who's like really hard to like get through to emotionally.
Yeah.
But then when you do, you find out he writes poetry.
Yeah. Blade. He definitely writes poetry. Yeah. So I can imagine him being like doing some. He can clean up that universe for sure.
Yeah.
Then at number
fucking Timothy Chalamet and Lady Bird.
Yeah. I'm not seeing that, but I will take your word for it.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2. I have Wesley Snipes.
Why?
I feel like
actually everyone below Blade the Anime is like not got any sex appeal. So go ahead. What's your reasoning?
I feel like Blade. So Wesley Snipes in that Blade, he's in good shape. He can kick some ass.
They're all in good shape.
Sticky Fingers is not in good shape.
He's in good shape.
He can barely like get off the ground.
No, I don't think he handles himself well in a fight, but
yeah.
I don't think people like watch two dudes like fight outside a club and be like, oh, that dude won, so I'm gonna fuck him. They're like, this dude's got some glamour muscles going on.
Yeah, okay, fair. But I feel like in the Blade movies, the first 2 especially, it's not a question of Blade is unfuckable. Like, if Blade wanted to, he could get some. Especially on the first one. You're like...
Right, yeah.
And I think, like, the issue here isn't that Blade can't be fucked, is that he doesn't want to. Like, that version of Blade might be, like, asexual or something like that.
Yeah.
But, like...
He's almost asexual.
Yeah. He's, like, he's horny for, like, vampire murder, and that's it. I feel like because of that, that's why you don't think of him as having sex appeal, but, like... Clearly, in those 2 movies, he could fuck if he wanted to, and I don't think you can say that.
I don't know about that.
I feel like he could. Like Karen would have got with him for sure.
Yeah, but that's because she's a psychopath.
That's not the point, though, is it?
Yeah, but the one thing I'll give you is that I think Sticky's a bit like he's a bit of a fuckboy.
He's a huge fuckboy.
You know, but he's a bit like the guy who like thinks he's the shit, and like people can notice that he thinks he's the shit. As
we go down the list, like I must have finished the list, but yeah, 3rd is Blade from Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Oh, poor Sticky.
Like I wouldn't say he's like fuckable. He's kind of guy who you like sleep with.
Well, we
once.
saw him fuck.
Yeah, you sleep with him once, and he'd either like walk out in the morning, like as you're still asleep, or he shows up at your house at 3 a.m. like being like, "Where's your new boyfriend?
Yeah.
Come on, Terry, come on."
He's definitely this guy who's
he's like
kind of
crazy.
Like, he's the kind of guy I feel like every time he's like leaving a woman they're all like, Blade, come back. And he's like, no.
Yeah. But if he went okay,
you're
like,
is my mistress.
Exactly. Yeah. But if he came back, you'd be like, oh shit, that's motherfucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like you'd be waking up at like 3 a.m. and he'd like be like skinning a bird or some crazy shit.
Yeah.
And
turning this bird into a steak.
He's like genuinely terrifying, I think, as a romantic partner.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they're all terrifying as a romantic partner.
I mean, like, not like Anime Blade. I feel like he'd be like, yeah, he'd retire to like. What I was gonna say is that
you want to fix that Blade.
Yeah, you want to fix that Blade. You know, I think
it's getting weird.
I'm getting off tangent a little bit, but I think like if we're talking about like race, I think Anime Blade is most likely to have to like be married to a white woman, and I feel like it's like. it just goes down as we go further along.
That is not the same scale.
That's not the same scale.
It's not the same scale.
Actually, not the same scale, no. But I'm just saying.
Can I veto the idea that we do a ranking of which Blade is more likely to marry a white woman? I'm not doing that shit.
Fine. You get one veto per season, and that's
Are you
it.
just saying that because he's like the most light-skinned?
No. It's a personality thing.
Okay. I'm not going to wade into this.
We can, like, I can do this all day.
Well, you can, but
Yeah.
I might leave.
At some point, you might leave. Okay, so, like, finish off my, like,
Yeah,
ranking
we're
at the
sticking
fu-
at the bottom.
Yeah. Because while I think, like, the Blades above him are, like, varying degrees of crazy, I feel like that version of Blade and Blade the series would just be annoying to hang out with. It's not like he's, like, particularly, like, dangerous. He's just, like, irritating.
He's an actual bad person as well. You know?
Yeah,
Like, he's
actually
the
a bad
protagonist
person.
and everything. I know what the Blade ones are like, have this sort of
Like,
back
murky,
and
like,
forth.
grey area.
Yeah, like, he's an anti-hero. But that Blade, he is just...
He's a straight up unredeemable
he
asshole.
has no redeeming qualities apart from the fact that he suffered trauma, so you have an explanation for why he might be fucked up. But at no point does he offer any empathy to anyone, right?
No.
Like, I think the most heartwarming moment he has in that entire show is when he beheads Krista's mum.
I think you might be
Like,
right.
she's like, oh, and he's like, I'll do it. But he's still, like, beheading her mum.
He didn't tell him to look away. He was like, yeah, like, get on.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like if you date him, you go one date, you talk about himself the whole way through, and then he'd be like, yeah, let's go back to my place.
Yeah.
You can ride on the motorcycle, and he'd be like, no. And then he'd call you like a lesbian for saying no to him.
Yeah, he'd have some, like, 90s insult. Like, some really outdated, offensive thing to say.
Yeah. He's just the worst. I feel like with the Spider-Man animated series Blade, he'd be, like, good for a one-night stand, but I wouldn't even extend that to Kirk Sticky Fingers Jones in Blade, the series. And thus concludes our segment, Does Blade Fuck?